I wasn't a superstitious guy. I always brushed off the spooky stories my friends would tell me about the woods behind our neighborhood. You know, the kind of place where parents tell their kids not to wander off. Stay on the main road. Don't go into the woods after dark, they'd say. But I figured that was just a way to keep us out of trouble. So when I missed the last bus home one evening, I figured, why not take a shortcut through the woods? It's faster, and it's not even that dark yet. It was late autumn, the kind of evening where the sky fades to that deep purple, and the air has that chill that feels like winter's just waiting around the corner. I'm walking through the neighborhood when I spot the edge of the woods. The trees are bare, and the trail is barely visible. But it's a shortcut, and I'm feeling confident. I take a deep breath, push through the bushes, and step onto the old dirt path that winds through the trees. The path used to be clear, but over the years, it's gotten overgrown. Still, it's familiar, like something from my childhood when we'd sneak around here looking for trouble. But tonight felt different. The air was heavier, and the silence, well, it wasn't natural. You know how when you walk into a room and the vibe just feels wrong? It was like that. I pushed the feeling aside and kept walking, figuring it was just my mind playing tricks. But then, the sound started. At first I thought it was just the wind moving through the trees, but it wasn't the wind. It was a soft whispering, like a voice but not a voice, almost like distant murmurs. I paused, straining to hear, but the whispers stopped as soon as I did. I figured it was just some animal, maybe an owl or something, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I wasn't alone. I kept walking, but my pace quickened. The deeper I went, the stranger things seemed. The trees. They weren't just trees anymore. They looked like they were leaning toward the path, their branches twisting unnaturally, almost like they were trying to block the way. And the whispers started again, louder this time. I froze. I couldn't understand what they were saying, but they sounded desperate. The air around me grew colder, and my breath came out in visible puffs. It felt like something was watching me. Then I saw it. In the distance, up ahead, there was a figure standing in the middle of the path. At first, I thought it was just a person, but something felt off. The figure wasn't moving, and it was too tall, too wide. It was as though it didn't belong in the woods. The shape was too rigid, almost like a mannequin, and it was facing me. I stood there, frozen, watching this thing. My heart was hammering in my chest, but I couldn't move. The whispers grew louder, more frantic, like they were trying to warn me. I wanted to turn around, run back home, but my legs wouldn't cooperate. I was rooted to the spot. I don't know how long I stood there, just staring at that thing. But then it moved. Not in the way a person moves. It was slow, jerky, like it was glitching in and out of existence. It took one step forward, and the ground beneath my feet seemed to groan in response. That's when I snapped out of it. I turned and ran. I don't remember the next few moments clearly. I was too focused on getting away from whatever the hell that was. The whispering followed me, echoing through the trees. The sound seemed to be everywhere, like it was inside my head, but I didn't dare look back. I didn't stop running until I reached the edge of the woods. The moment I stepped out onto the main road, everything went silent. The whispers were gone. The chill in the air lifted. The woods behind me were just woods again. But that thing was still in my mind. I couldn't stop thinking about it. The way it moved, the way it stood there, waiting. I knew I wasn't imagining it, but I couldn't make sense of what I saw. The next day, I told a few friends about it. They laughed it off, calling me a scaredy cat, saying it was probably just some weird tree or animal. But then one of them mentioned something that made my blood run cold. Apparently, about a month ago, There was a missing person case in the area. A guy had gone out for a walk through the woods and never came back. They never found him. The police said it was just an accident, but the whole thing seemed weird. I tried to forget about it. I really did. But every time I pass the edge of those woods, I feel that same chill. And sometimes, when the wind is just right, I swear I can hear the whispers again. And that thing, that figure in the woods, I have no idea what it was. But I know one thing for sure. I'll never take that shortcut again.